horizontal, that's what we call it. So you put that on the chair. So you put it on the chair. Now the person, for instance, even Nicole, she is not so tall, but Daphne is a little taller. You see that when you see the chair up from here, you have the chair back. Up from here, this needs to be covered. So if I then put the blanket like this, then the person would sit here, there's no coverage on the back. So I always take like, let's say, a little over a foot, and you do that in the back of the chair, and you try to have it. This is the same way. And usually you have blankets not so soft as this one. It can be irritating to the skin. So what you do is you use a cotton sheet. Usually it's just a regular bed sheet. This is kind of a blanket between blanket and towel. Like the same as the blanket, and then you have it like this, okay? Now, the person can sit already on the chair, but you can also prepare the whole treatment. Water, of course you need to dilute it with cold water because it's very hot for the feet. And what is the best indicator to feel if the water is a good heat? Right? Your elbow. And they even say the inside of your wrist. But that's a little unhandy to do. So the elbow is always a good indicator because your feet, your hands are never a good. They can talk. This picture, it can be a kettle, whatever you have at home, hot water boil thing, whatever you call that. And you can use this to pour more hot water at the time. So this is what needs to go around the bucket. So I see it's not very close to you. Okay, yeah, okay, very good. Because the heat needs to stay in. That's why we want to wrap it around the bucket too. Okay. Sylvia, are we good? So I don't want that. So I do with a towel. Like this. You can do it any way you want. I just do this and then she's fine. There's two things. So with this foot bath, if you want to induce sweating, and it's a vigorous treatment because she's really very ill, having a fever or whatever, you start right away because, no, sorry, I'm saying it the wrong way. So you want to induce sweating. She needs to sweat first because the heat, and you give her a little warm to drink, maybe tea or something, and then she starts sweating. After 5 minutes, maybe 7 minutes, she starts sweating. Then you put the cold cloth on the forehead. When she starts sweating, if it's a vigorous treatment, so you put it just like this on the forehead. Because she's sweating and she's having a fever, right? But if the person is not getting a vigorous treatment and you don't want to do the sweating, you don't need to put this right away. You don't need to wait for this. She's having a headache, so you want to prevent her from getting more headache. She's having a headache, don't wait with this, put it right away from the beginning. Is that understandable?